Welcome everyone to Chronic Fitness. Okay, this is part of Fitness Confessions. And I think the last one that I did was in May. Yeah,
Okay.
that was in May. So it's usually a format that I have where questions people have for a trainer or things that they wanted to know or what have you. I give like the open floor to either ask or me just divulge the info. Okay, so this evening we're very happy to have Nisha Brereton, and let me know if I'm not saying your name right, because that's something we should have been clarified months ago. But if I said it right, yes. If not, correct me.
It's close. Nisha Brereton.
Oh, girl, yeah, we should have definitely went over that. Okay, okay. So, let me see. So this evening, just to give a quick rundown what we're talking about, and before I, have you introduce you and your business and all of that, we're gonna talk about fitness apparel and fitness, because sometimes we don't get it right. You know what I'm
So
saying?
true.
And there's usually repercussions when you don't have the proper attire. So we're going to speak a little bit about that. And then we're going to speak towards the end a little bit about our businesses and how we can possibly help the public who do tune in this evening. So tell us a little bit about you, Nisha. Tell us about Cute Fit Athletics.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Nisha, as Yolanda said before. I am the owner of Cute Fit Athletics. Back in, that was June of 2020, I got laid off due to COVID. And it kind of got me thinking, what's next for me? What am I going to do? I've always been super passionate about fitness and just working out and being healthy. And I decided to launch my own activewear line called Cute Fit Athletics. I've tried numerous brands, so I knew what I liked, what I didn't like, what I felt was flattering, especially for my body type and other women as well who have curvier figures too. And I just, started to kind of do my research as to like what I really wanted for my ladies. And I want us to be able to work out and look cute while we get fit, but at the same time, it still looks modest because some of the stuff out there is kind of racy. And especially when you're a mom, you don't want to show all of that off. And by the way, I'm a mom of 3.
And looking wonderful.
Thank you. You look great as well, Yolanda.
Thank you. So that's great. I mean, I think I told you before, my prior life, I used to be in the fashion industry and
Mm-hmm.
in the fitness end of athletics. And I know there were a lot of trials. You try to go with the trends, and sometimes you can go with the trends, but that doesn't mean it's a good fit for the
Mm-hmm.
person to wear at the gym or home. Like if you're home, I guess it's kind of whatever is whatever. However, we're going to talk a little bit about why we really have to get it right, because it can restrict or constrict some of the things that we want to do in terms of movement. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of where we're at. Right, using the proper attire is a must, and some people figure that and some people don't. So today's problem is we're going to focus on those that don't, that are newly trying to figure it out. We know that January, especially, People want to get into the gym.
Yes,
You know,
they
the
do.
holidays, it's like that whole New Year's resolution. Oh, I need to do this, that, that, which usually fizzles around the beginning of February. Okay, for some. So we know how that whole thing is. So, um, using the proper fitness attire for women, okay, what does it really do? Well, first, it helps elevate confidence.
Yes,
You
it
know,
does.
you want to look cute, and we're talking not only for the women, but we're really talking to the women. Okay,
Hmm.
um, you want to look cute, and some of the men do it too. They may not be as bold about as saying it, but they be doing the most as well. Okay,
Hmm.
so elevating the confidence, um, and also preventing possible injury. You know, there's like a whole list of things. Promote recovery process. You figure, okay, what does it have to do with attire? But again, being comfortable in what you're wearing to actually produce the moves that you're trying to do. Okay,
Hmm.
because you know, just as you and I were both busy mothers, we don't have time to be wasting time.
Right.
So we're not trying to be in there 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and not really getting the bang for your buck, if that makes any sense. So you're not trying to have clothing that is not doing what it's supposed to do because mentally you're thinking about, oh, how I look. Or maybe I shouldn't have worn those leggings because it's showing my panty line. And
Oh,
you're
that's the
busy,
worst.
you're busy focusing on that rather what you're in there to do. And if you're
Hmm.
not focused, then it leads to possible injury. Okay.
Hmm.
So today's discussion of what you need to know. Okay. We're gonna talk about again why is fitness gear a thing. Okay. So we spoke about some of the things that okay, the computer was acting up. Don't act up right now.
You got this. You got this, Yolanda.
I got it. I got it. So again, provides initiative in making exercise a thing, and it is again a mental thing. You know, when
Hmm.
you don't think about how you look, especially if you're trying to lose weight and you have certain areas that you're already a bit weird,
Self-conscious.
self-conscious and worry about anyway. You don't want that to just be a constant thing. Oh, how do I look? How do the other members or whoever, how do they see me? You don't
Hmm.
want to think about all of that. However, if you come correct to some degree, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but again, if you're conscious about those particular things and you're not focused, and when you're working out, you really have to be focused. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, appropriate apparel for certain moves. Okay, so it's important in terms of if you're doing certain movements. Let's say cardio. Okay, with cardio, you want to make sure you have clothes that you're comfortable, you know what I'm saying, and that allows you to do certain things that you're trying to do. So, Nisha,
Hmm.
I want you to talk about the comfortability of apparel and suggestions and why it's really important.
For me personally, one of my biggest things is I don't like I guess you would call that like hipster workout leggings. I prefer high rise because
Yes,
I've noticed, especially with the ones that just sit on your hips, yeah, they look cute and all, but as soon as you start moving, they're rolling down, and you're too busy worrying about pulling them up as you're running on a treadmill or pulling them up as you're trying to do your squats. And then that puts you at risk of injuring yourself because you're too focused on, you don't want your pants to fall. You're not realizing what you're doing. And it doesn't take much to really hurt yourself.
it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a perfect example of that. If you're on the treadmill, you know, maybe the weight is not your thing. Maybe you just kind of go in there and just go on the treadmill. That for sure is like a danger if you're not focused. You know, like, oh, I
Exactly.
think my boobs is popping out. Okay, boo. Then maybe you shouldn't have wore that particular sports bra.
And
Okay.
I prefer full coverage sports bras, especially the kind that, you know, really cover you nicely in front and have like a racer back or T-back style. Because to me, especially, I do a little bit of cardio. If I'm running, I don't want my boobs like jumping up as I'm running. I want something that's going to kind of compress me. So even though I'm going and I'm moving, but I'm not bouncing, or I'm not feeling like, okay, are the girls going to fall out and am I going to have to pop one back in? Like, those are all things you think about. And then it's like, again, you lose focus on what you came to do and what your goal was. And you're too busy pulling and fixing and putting stuff back in. And the next thing you know, you could possibly injure yourself. Or the other alternative is you didn't really get the workout that you wanted, even though you spent a good amount of time in the gym, because you were too busy trying to make sure you don't have a wardrobe malfunction or
Exactly.
fix your clothes, you know? And these are all things that we don't want to have to deal with.
It's
Our
true.
time is limited already. So when you get to the gym, you already have a goal and you know what you want to do. You don't have time to stop and be fixing and rearranging. You're there to get in your time and then you got to go, because as Yolanda and I said before, we're busy moms. So, you know, it's not only moms doing this, but you've got women running businesses. You know, some are working multiple jobs because they have goals that they're trying to reach. So again, you need clothing that is going to be comfortable so that you can get in, get the job done, and be confident and say, you know what? I felt good. Because I believe when you look good, you feel good. It's all of it comes together.
Right. I totally agree. But with that said, we know usually you'll have people that go to the gym for different reasons. Okay. So some come in there just to look cute,
Uh-huh.
and they may succeed with whatever it is that they're doing, but it's a show, you know. So we're talking to those that are serious in what they're trying to do and how to go about doing it properly and how to properly address for for the goal of what it is that you guys are trying to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk, you know, we spoke a little bit about mind over matter to some degree in terms of what makes you feel good and just again that whole focus on what it is that you're trying to do. So how important is being comfortable to you? Like I know you did speak a little bit about certain things that make you comfortable and all of that. But what is your like go-to apparel gear?
Well, of course,
That
you know, my go-to apparel gear is Cute Fit Athletics. I'm just
you
saying,
go,
you know. If I
you
don't believe
go.
in my brand, I can't expect everyone else to believe in it. But a lot of the pieces, you know, as I tell people when they ask me questions, every single piece that you see on my website, I have actually like worn it. And when I say wear it, I'm not like put it on for 5 minutes, took a couple pictures and said, oh, I look cute. No, like I've gone to the gym in it numerous times. Like I really did my research to know what it is I really want, because I want to deliver for my ladies products that have quality. And I want them to say, you know what, this was really nice. I like this. I'm definitely going to come back and get a second set and a third and a fourth. Or even if they tell a friend if they didn't find something and their friend finds something. Because I feel like, you know, as many people as you can help, you don't realize how much of a huge difference you're making for them.
Mhm. It's true. I think first of all, finding fitness apparel is a thing. Okay, like I'm from corporate America. I didn't really have to worry about like obviously if I went to the gym, okay, boom, boom, boom. But I wasn't thinking. I was thinking other attire for the office. Now that this is my whole gig, it's really not simple to find the best apparel, okay, without spending hundreds of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
because you want like a couple of different things. You're not trying to spend $500 just for a pair of leggings. You know what I'm saying? So I know for me, one of my go-tos is like I like a hoodie. I like something that has a hood to it, especially now that it's getting, well, it is cold. It ain't
Oh,
getting
it's
cold. It is
cold.
cold, girl. So, if it's something with a sleeveless and a hoodie thing, and it's very rare that you may find that, like when you get into specific likes of what you like and all of that, sometimes you can find it and sometimes you can't. My go-to, I like a mid-calf or a regular legging. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I like something maybe that goes a little high up on the stomach. Sometimes those are rare to find.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it gets to the rarity in terms of what is available in these stores. Um, and without it costing hundreds of dollars, because we're not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because
Okay.
affordability is important.
It is. It is. And we know your brand is all about that, but we're going to get to that
Yes.
towards the end to let people know. So, okay, I wanted to talk about what are some best exercises for biceps. Now, I was practicing how to do this with this two-way IG live thing that we're doing. I don't know if that's going to work properly. So I'm going to need people to just imagine, okay? Because I'll do something and then the whole phone will fall from where I have it at. So we ain't going to be getting specific. Okay. So you go to the gym, or you're new to the gym, or maybe not, maybe you're seasoned in working out. Especially if you're a seasoned and you've been doing these routines for, let's say, 6 months or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
then you may be a little confident to show a little bit of your body.
Yeah.
Okay, like I've been doing these bicep curls. Exactly what is it that is it given? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really working? So I think the confidence also comes in terms of people actually stepping outside of the box of a t-shirt that they got from JCPenney. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you'll notice that, like, you'll have people who, again, step outside the box. Okay, let me try this. Let me see how my body looks. Those mirrors in the gym are there for a reason. It's for us to see if we're doing the move properly, and if the routine or the what's the word that I'm thinking? I'll just say the routine. The routine that you have been doing for the last couple of months is actually working.
Mm-hmm.
Two good exercises that I like is the cross-body bicep curl and the W curl. Now,
Okay.
I'm not going to get up because, again, the whole thing is going to come out. So you're going to have to imagine. But
Got you.
here are two for those fairly new. Okay, you can start with a 3 pound. And
Mm-hmm.
as you're seasoned, you may up that to like 10 pounds, to be honest with you, or 20, you know what I'm saying? But for those, the baby ones, okay, what it is think of your body straight up, okay, and what it is you cross the body, you cross the dumbbell over a part of your body. So
Okay.
let's say you'll take this, you cross over, or maybe I can look up a little bit, boom, boom. And what you see while you're doing those exercises, you'll see that bicep pop, okay, as you go
Mm-hmm.
back. This isn't really too much the tricep, but think of like the bicep. And you do,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, if you're starting fresh, I would say 10. So 10 of these back and forth. Then you do the opposite side, the same thing. As your season, however, maybe you'll do 20 of those. and maybe 3 reps. So that's a good amount. You're
Yeah.
probably going to feel a little burn after that, because it's that whole repetition for that many times. You know what I'm saying? So the other one is the W curl. Again, think of yourself standing. Oh, I'll try to get up a little. And you're just, maybe I'll get up a little. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a bicep curl, but actually your arm is actually further out. So when you go up, it's like a W.
Yeah.
So the bicep curl is really your body like straight and your arm is straight. Okay. So boom, it's just the outward position, you know. So the reason for showing these two exercises, right? When we talk about apparel, again, am I doing the exercises right? Okay. And does the exercise fit a little bit to what I'm wearing to some degree? So let's say if your whole goal is to work out your upper body, right? Maybe you want to put a sports bra on or a tank to see, okay, if I'm working out my arms, let me see, again, as I mentioned, if these exercises are working to tone what it is that I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, with that said, Nisha, I need to see some examples of tank and sports bra based on the exercise that I get. Do you have any available, or
Yes.
do you have any on your line that you can speak of?
Yeah, I can show you a couple different things that I have available. Right now, one of the tops that I have on, this is kind of one of my favorite tops, so I might definitely get some more like these. It's I guess you would say like a almost like a full coverage, honestly.
Mhm.
It's very lightweight. It's got the keyhole for the thumbs. Um, I can actually like do a full workout in this, and I'm not gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I'm dying. No, it's like real. The material is very stretchy, so it's not itchy or anything. It's even got like, I like to call them like some breathing holes here and there, just just so that you're comfortable and everything is quick dry. I prefer a lot of nylon spandex because that material seems to be like one of the better alternatives versus poly, because polyester can be kind of
Right,
and cotton is great, don't get me wrong, but like when you really want that good fit and to hold you, especially with our leggings being high waist, the nylon spandex really does that for you.
right.
Here's one of like my full coverage sports bras. Um, I like these sports bras, especially like first being all of our padding in our sports bras here is removable. So I tell my ladies, if it feels like it's too much, then get rid of it, because some women are a little bit more top heavy than others. And
Mhm.
sometimes that padding for them is just very overwhelming. The back of this one is more of kind of like, I guess, like a little U cut, but you
Okay.
get really good coverage across. And even like for my ladies who some of them have a little back fat, because we all got a little back fat, I'm not gonna lie, we're human. And this really like holds you and gives you that coverage so you're not bulging too much.
I like
So
it. I like the
thank
color.
you. Yes, this is one our ombre set, our Falling for You ombre set. It's available in this pink and burgundy ombre and then an olive green ombre. We still have some available on the site. I also have the matching leggings. These are actually one of my favorite sets, especially in the wintertime. Our leggings is typically like the material is typically like your standard nylon spandex. This one is
Mhm.
nylon spandex, but this material is a little heavier. So when the temperature drops out there and it gets really cold and I throw these on, my legs aren't cold at all. It's not lined with fleece because you don't want to overheat, because they do have leggings that are lined with fleece, but that's totally different. This is something that's just a little bit heavier, so it's a little thicker, and it really keeps you. And again, this is nylon spandex, so you're going to get the stretch you need. You're going to get the high waist, and you're going to be comfortable.
It's funny when you just said a lot of the leggings out that have the fleece in it.
Mm.
Those are cute because let's say it's the winter, so you want to be warm. But I don't know about that because, again, as our conversation today, the proper attire, you sweat, right? So that's the whole point of when you work out. That's another thing why it's very important what you're putting on. You know, um, you want something breathable,
Yes.
as you mentioned, and you don't want anything really to, just hold everything in because that's not good either in terms
No.
of body odor. So,
And you
okay,
want quick dry for when you sweat, so that, yeah, you might have a little bit of a little, because there's no leggings or sports bra that you're not going to have any sweat showing. You'll have a little bit of sweat showing, but it dries so quickly no one notices, because when you work out you got to sweat. If you don't sweat, you're not really doing anything. Think about it.
right. It's funny because I think that this is why this particular conversation is important because a lot of people don't really realize the importance of breathable um, material. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes a lot of people just look what's on the rack. Oh, that's cute. Or oh, it's just for the gym. Like you don't have to be a whole package, which I get it. Like I said, you different people are gonna do different things or whatever. But like one of the biggest highlights is the material. Okay. And that's where a lot of people are not really savvy or maybe educated as to what these terms that we're talking about, the is it mesh, the breathability of it, those are some big things, so I really like the outfit you just showed in terms of, okay, if I sweat, it's not going to have those sweat bubbles or sweat stains, I should
Yes.
say, because that's not sexy. And not
No.
only that, it's hard to wash certain stains out. That's another thing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, something to think about. Um, so okay, actually, we're just talking about it, but maybe you could discuss a little bit more why a person may want material that has stretch and breathable quality.
Well, I would want a material that has stretch, especially like with some of the moves that you're doing, it requires your body, like if you're laying on the ground doing a floor set, you don't want
Mhm.
something that's like holding you or squeezing you, that every time you're moving, you're like, oh, this isn't comfortable. You want something, if even if you're hitting something like sit-ups, because there's so many different variations of sit-ups, whether you're doing like regular sit-ups or Russian twist with the ball, and you just want something that your body's going to be at ease, moving side to side, moving up and down. That movement is not going to make you feel like, geez, this is like kind of uncomfortable. You need something that is a material where it's like I can hit like that and I'm good. I'm not like, oh, that's not, you know what I mean? You want
Right,
things
right,
that work, you
right.
know? Um, and then you want materials also that when you wash it, you want it to be able to hold up. You don't want it to be, it's a one-time wear and that's it, one and done. Listen, no point in spending money to look cute once and that's it.
Exactly. We're in a recession, hun. So we gotta
I'm
think
telling you.
wisely in everything that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, in terms of, let me see, I would think in terms of, again, why in terms of the material and how it relates to certain movement that we're doing and the importance of safety concerns. Okay, so I would say too tight is not ideal because
Yeah.
if you cutting off your circulation, that especially at a gym or again, not even a gym, home workout, if you know you home and it's like, ooh, I don't have to put this bra on or whatever. Let me just go and just be flopping all over the place. You know, sometimes we gotta think a little bit. Okay. This
I agree.
okay. And clothes that allow too little movement, you know, again, if it's too tight, um, cutting off circulation. If it's too loose,
Hmm.
um, that's not good either. There have been cases, let's say if I may wear something with a shirt maybe a size bigger. But again, that was my quick grab too. So I'm showing by example. And you can be at the gym with all of this other equipment around. And let's say your shirt tags on to one of the machines as you're walking. Perfect example, that's dangerous and that
Yeah.
leads to injury. So anything too loose, not a good idea. Anything too tight, not a good idea. So yeah, like more importantly, limiting any possible injury is the goal. Like
Yes.
you're trying to do whatever your goal is, but also the injury because a gym or working out is a high probability of something going wrong if you're not careful in exactly what it is that you're doing. So, yeah. So I think we covered the specifics as to the do's and the don'ts and the whys. You know, I think sometimes
Hmm.
a lot of people think, oh, well, it's not a big deal. Well, we gave you a reason as to why it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think as we wrap this up, I want us I want to hear more about your product and what you have available now that, because this is like Christmas season, and you know, possibly you have some who would like to take purchase today or for the holiday. So, what would you like to share?
Right now on the site, everything you see there is what we have left because a lot of it has basically sold out. So there are some pieces where there might only be size large left or size extra large left. That's all that's there. I'm working on bringing like all new stuff for the new year because people pretty much set their fitness goals for the new year. So I'm just trying to get rid of what I currently have. Um, we have the ombre sets available as well. This set that I have on is currently on near two as well. I have, I believe, sizes small through extra large in this set, and that's available on the site. So
Okay.
basically, whatever is there is pretty much what's left because
What
a lot of it has sold. And I just, just want to get rid of the rest of it.
what other color is the one that you're wearing? Does it only come in
This only
gray?
comes in this color, gray, with the black detail on the sleeves here. And it also, I don't know if I can really show on the legs. You probably have to see it more on the site. But it has like a little bit of like this black pattern going straight
Mm-hmm.
down. Yeah. So
Okay.
we have the purple and gray set. That's rain. It comes in those two colors. Then the ombre set comes in the burgundy and pink, and then the olive green as well. We've got a couple different black sets on there because black is a classic color. So I'm working on bringing some other colors as well. The only thing is with color is as you start to get into the lighter colors, when you sweat, it shows. Yes,
Right.
it is quick dry, but it does show. So you're gonna have a bit of a sweat stain until it dries out. I'm not saying you're gonna be walking around for hours with a sweat stain, but you
Right.
will have a sweat stain until it dries. So I kind of prefer to stick to darker colors because, like with black, you don't see the sweat stains. You
Mm,
know, anything that's super dark, you typically won't see the sweat when you sweat. You might see like a little small patch here and there, you know. But again, I got a quite a few things I'm looking at right now. So in the upcoming weeks, I will start to kind of preview like my new stuff, because a lot of the stuff that I currently have is like dying down now, which is a good thing, you know.
right. That's a good thing. Yeah. Oh, please tell everybody where they can find you, your website, your email, and all of those good things.
Um, the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all Cute Fit Athletics. It's all one word. So you can't really miss me, and you'll see the bright pink logo, because pink is my favorite color, you know. Um,
Who knew?
or we have a website called cutefitathlethics.com. Again, that's one word. So you can also find us on the website. The link is in the Instagram bio. So if you actually go on the Instagram, you can click the link and go straight to the website. And on the website, if you need to talk to me, you can email me through the website, or you can even DM me on Instagram or Facebook message me. I'm really good about answering all channels. You know, just give me 24 hours because sometimes I am a little busy, but I'm pretty quick with responding within like an hour to 2 hours.
Right, right,
But you know, I just say, you know, give me at least 24 hours to get back to you.
right. And I think as we end tonight, which I forgot to hit you up a little earlier on that, to give me your, well, I have your details anyway, but I could put your website link on my link tree as
Okay.
well. So that way it'll be like an easy boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to have that conversation behind the scenes or what have you, but I can do that. I can add that actually as soon as we complete it. So,
Thank you.
so it was a pleasure. I think this was informative. Um,
I think it was too.
I think so. And in the future, hopefully, maybe we can do something else similar to this conversation, and maybe we
Yeah,
can
I would like
get more.
that.
I think so. I really
I
do.
we'll further discuss that, but I got some ideas for some things that I think we could definitely do headed into the new year and kind of start the new year off that way. So we'll
I
definitely discuss that.
definitely, because as we're talking, things is, I think
Yeah,
we've had our conversations. I do a lot of brainstorming. So as we're talking this evening, I'm like, oh yes, me and Nisha have to have a talk after this. But
definitely.
this was good. This was good.